Conservative group launches attack ads against Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt. And I think maybe the Oklahoman had an article about it, about the dollar amount. But I've now heard a little bit deeper dive, and I'm pretty sure this is all public. So I don't know. If I'm spilling someone's tea, who cares? There is a $10 million, $10 million, which is a lot. Even, I mean, Stitt only spent $10 million in all of 2018, $5 million of his own, $5 million donor money. That was like his whole gubernatorial spend was $10 million. There is a $10 million independent expenditure out there mindlessly attacking Stitt from the right. It is crazy. Conservative Voices of America, they're just, former Republican state rep Trevor Worthen is involved in it. He actually represented Colin Walkie's old district, if you want a little Oklahoma representative history there. His dad, I think, was a state rep before him. In fact, he might have inherited the seat from his dad. But now he just runs like terrible political dark money operations. But this one is especially ridiculous because it's like they literally have a $10 million pot of money. They are attacking Kevin Stitt from the right, mostly around criminal justice reform. And they literally don't have a candidate they're endorsing or supporting. Like, it's just like, we just want to make Stitt look bad. They don't seem to want to care if Joy Hoffmeister wins or have a feeling about that because they're more conservative somehow than Stitt is. It is wild. Like, I don't, like, how does somebody, I mean, I know how somebody, obviously we live in record inequality, but like why would you spend $10 million of your money for like no discernible outcome other than like to maybe make Kevin Stitt look bad?
Like, at least have your own candidate, like,
right?
some other baby Republican that could gain popularity among the group of conservatives that just don't fuck with Stitt. But it's like this man's being attacked from the left, like the Oklahoma Project, and now all of these like conservative groups that are just like impossible to apparently get a hold of, according to the KSCO article. It's just like, who are his people now? Who's rooting for him? Who's helping him? It seems like he's all on his own, which I'm not saying that I feel bad for him, but it's like, what is his clear path for re-election? What is he running his campaign on? I think he's still just talking about the top 10 state thing, which is just arbitrary at this point. He's just saying words. Meanwhile, we have like actual groups who are putting in adequate money to try and get this man out of office any way possible.
Yeah. I mean, and my deal is like, I just don't understand like what are voters supposed to do with this? Because the thing they're focusing on is basically like the Willie Horton effect, which for those that are younger and may not remember, Michael Dukakis ran for president in the 1980s. He was the governor of Massachusetts. He let out a man named Willie Horton who went on to commit a bad crime as part of a commutation thing. Anyway, ever since then, of course, the argument is we must keep incarcerating people because if we let anybody out, one person may do one bad thing. This is, of course, a crazy argument and is why America is the number one incarcerator on the planet. That's all these attack ads are so far, is like they're one of the ones is focusing on, Stitt did a big commutation and one of the people that got out committed a very not great crime. I mean, killed 3 people in really horrible fashion. But like that's not Kevin Stitt's like fault, and that's not an argument against like criminal justice reform. I mean, it's just like one person got out and did something terrible, and if you really read into that case, I mean, it is obvious this person was suffering from like extreme mental health anguish, and they just needed more support, and that really is that would be what my takeaway on and what Kevin Stitt is to blame for in that murder is just releasing people and not helping them once they get out. But I mean, these people, according to folks in the know around the state, like literally have $10 million that they're going to spend on this. So look forward to a bunch of really, really awful garbage being on the airwaves, attacking Stitt from the right. So,
but we love to see it. Like, we love to see it. It's just cute.
What I'll be interested in seeing is if this does anything to his polling, because like my deal is like, I mean, you know, do attack ads work? Is it going to change people's opinions of him? I mean, do voters like, you know, just eventually just filter that stuff out?
Right.
I don't know.
After a certain point, like, yeah, there's a threshold of so many things that you can say repeatedly about one thing. It's the same thing that Sid does with McGirt, but it's happening to him via his campaign. It's just like he wastes your taxpayer dollars, blah 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 blah. It's just like we've heard all this stuff before, basically ever since he took office, and so I don't know how effective they are at, you know, converting people to be anti-Stitt now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wait and see what the polls say.
Yeah, so I mean they're gonna get a massive bite at the apple on this because 10 million's a huge spend. So yeah, we'll see how it pans out for them. Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.